you need heroes and villains, right? Like good personalities and I would say evil.
Yeah.
What are we thinking about right now?
We're not going to go any further there. But I mean,
I love you.
It's all right.
I'm just kidding.
You can't name
names.
I can't name names. Come on.
No, you can't.
Hello and welcome to the Dirt Track Confessions podcast with your host, Mandee Pauch Mahaney. Dirt Track Confessions begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dirt Track Confessions. I'm your host, Mandee Pauch Mahaney. Today, we have Mike Mahaney, and we have Billy Pauch Jr. joining us, and BP3 running down the stairs right now. So, today's topic, we're just going to let you kick it off, Billy.
Well, first things first is this is the Billy Pauch Jr. podcast. So Mandee forgot her extra card, so we only have 20 minutes. So this is the attention span that I have.
This is for him. This is for him.
This is for me. So you guys want it raw or real, like, I don't know. I lose track of like 15 minutes into things. It's like, all right, I'm staring into space thinking about stuff. So
Same.
All right. So here's my idea, guys, on a podcast. So racing personalities, how do you deal with them? What's good about them and what's not good about them? So you don't want to be in the middle, right? You want to either have that bad boy personality or like that sells apparel and gets that, or you have the good personality and you say hello. If you really don't, you go to do a job, but you also want to have some sort of personality in the sport because you don't succeed without it, because that's what keeps the rest of it going, and we need personalities in the sport, right?
So you have to stand out. I mean,
you got to stand out a little bit. So there's racers, and this is why I can't even remember their name, that's probably ran 30 years and had good careers, but I can't remember them. So
heroes and villains.
Yes. Yeah. So what do you want to be? And how do you go about etching your name by focusing on what you do, but also making sure people know who you are, and how important is it to the racing industry?
Man, that's a tough one. I feel like when you see someone that you've had a lot of problems with racing on the track or whatever, it's easy to view them as a villain. We might not realize that person might also view us as a villain. And you might think like you're very innocent in the whole situation.
But there are some people that will, okay, I guess we're doing hero and villain here, that totally run with the villain, and it's a no shits given. Like, I'm gonna put it on my T-shirt. I don't care. Like, and I mean, of course, on my standpoint, is that's the fan base you're gonna attract when you do that.
Well, true. So and this goes to a thing. Like, there's people that you guys probably thought were villains for years, and then all of a sudden you got to know them. You're like, wow, these people really aren't that bad.
Yeah, really
what are we thinking about right now?
We're not gonna go any further there. But I mean,
I love you.
It's all right.
I'm just kidding.
You can't name
I
names.
can't name names. Come on.
No, you can't. We're gonna go. Yeah, whatever you want to do there.
Fine.
But that's not my whole thought on it. But it's like, okay, so Matt Shepard is one of the most talented racers out there. So okay, you think about years. So now he has this amazing year. He becomes outspoken, a little more like tells it how it is. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, like, you see his T-shirt sales go through the roof. Mm-hmm. So now he's winning with that, like, edge to him where you go at it, and how much does that play into a factor, You can go out there. So I look at a guy, let's just take this out of the thing, like a Kevin Harvick, okay? He's won a lot of races, but he's kind of flies under the radar. Mm-hmm. Where you got, like, a Tony Stewart who sold a ton of shirts and made a lot of noise. So what's right and what's wrong in this world,
A lot of it's background. I mean, those two examples, Kevin Harvick came in and he was basically the replacement for Dale Earnhardt. And so he had to basically keep his mouth shut because he needed to basically not piss off all of the Dale Earnhardt fans that love Dale and are like, well, nobody's going to replace him. And he knew that, and he said that when he came in, and he was, very respectful about the whole situation. Tony Stewart just come in, he's a hot shoe racing, and everything's going great and everything. So, yeah, he's going to throw some helmets and have some fun because he can.
And I think a little bit is all your different situations, right? So, the older I get, the more you'll say stuff, and the more you're like, it is what it is, But you take looking at you, okay, you drove for a couple different owners. drive for an owner or two where you kind of watch your P's and Q's, and then you drive for someone like, they don't really care what I say. I'm not that I'm going to be smart about it, but I'm going to tell people how I feel.
Would you like to take your phone off the table?
Oh, God, that's that what it is?
Yes.
Wow. I guess I learned there today that my phone vibrates when I get to there.
Yeah, good job.
Crew's calling.
That's exactly
It
what's
is,
going on.
exactly. They're calling to tell me if he's coming or not. So we'll see.
Wait, hang on. Let's go with, we're not naming names, so I'm just going to throw you under the bus. What happened when we went with the, what was the winning shirt? The checkered one.
We're not here for participation trophy.
Yeah,
And
how many trophies did we get?
Then I only won 3 that year. I went from 17 to 3. So
We were just participating.
we were just a participation trophy. So
I feel when you put yourself out there that way, though, not you personally, but when it comes to promoting karma kind of.
Yeah, it comes back and bites you in the butt. I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a cool trophy. It was more actually just to dig it, like, I'm not a participation trophy. Like, if I suck, I suck. If you guys haven't figured that out yet. You know,
I mean, that's your personality.
That's
Like
just
you're right up front about it.
Sinks
and,
like the Titanic.
But at the same time, there's people that have had 0 win seasons. You still won that year. Hey, Tigger.
100%. And I think it gets with confidence. You know, you've done enough. Like, might not have won every single race, but like, and at that point, you know you don't suck, so you could say you suck. There's nights when you're going to suck. We're all going to suck. And Mike's going to like the dog over here. I think the dog's literally licking his beard.
There's probably some food in there.
I was going to say a little mustache. Full disclosure, he's getting a haircut shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're going to go on record here. When's this going out?
Depends. When what are you going to say?
Well, we got a deal here. I'm just going to put a deal in here.
He's making the deal.
I'm making the deal. Last race of the year. If Mike wins 15 races a year, he shaves the beard. Shaves everything. He goes baby face. 15 wins.
Okay.
All right, there's a deal.
So if he gets 15 wins,
If he gets 15 wins, he's got to be a baby face for at least a day or two. Shave the whole beard, everything.
I'm good with it. You got to talk to me.
I'm not for that. So
Well, for 15 wins,
Fine.
I think you're going to be for it for a little bit.
we'll be all right.
It'll make a good YouTube video. She'll get some counts. So
thanks.
right, see, you always looking for that thing.
Personalities. We were just at personalities, and we just went to beards.
So we kind of got sidetracked.
So you
This
had
is
the
the
point
squirrel
that you need heroes and villains, right?
Yeah.
Like good personalities and I would say evil
Yeah.
personalities, and you need it for the shirts, for the fans, for people to get excited about the races, to have a rivalry to watch. But I mean, there's even more to it than that. When you said this to me, I thought you were talking about like sponsors, car owners, their personalities.
Full disclosure, that's where I was going, and I have no idea where we ended up here.
And what I was thinking about is that some of your personality sometimes has to do with your sponsors and your car owner. Like,
Touche.
Are they okay with you being a villain?
Yeah.
Are they okay with you being outspoken? Are they okay with you acting that way, or are they going to be like, if this guy's going to keep acting like this and he doesn't win, then that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
A lot of times, as long as you keep winning, you can act however you want.
Winning makes the world goes wrong.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And you don't ever want to be cocky. You just want to say, okay, here's what it is, and this is how it's going to be. I don't know why we ended up here, to be honest with you. I thought we were going the way you were too. I was thinking about balancing personalities and racing. But see, my opinion on all this is I think straight up podcasts where you just talk about one thing and not get sidetracked aren't as good as something where we get sidetracked and have real conversations.
Do you even listen to podcasts though?
No, but it sounds good. I googled that fact. The more if you Googled, I googled this at lunch. I was ready for this one.
Man.
More podcasts that are real that just go off of your head and what you want to talk about are more viewed than just one that you're straightforward on one topic and just stick to that focus.
Okay.
All right. I guess we're gonna have to check the stats when this goes up.
So we'll just title it "What's Going On in Billy Jr.'s Head Today."
Yeah, seriously.
I bet you probably get more views than a standard one.
I know.
So-
hey, mind you, when you came up with this podcast idea, I told Mike, and Mike's like, "Can you get some context? Because Billy kind of makes me nervous. I don't know
go
where
anywhere with this.
Yeah, and he is
Yep.
the problem.
It didn't. The context didn't matter.
No, it really didn't.
I tried. I tried. Yeah, no. So like personalities and just the general life, it's you get a sponsor that they want to be the center focus of everything, and you got to come in and make sure that they're a thing. At the end of the day, you need to have a bunch of different personalities to make everything work.
Yeah,
and how
absolutely.
to balance that. I mean, I guess that's in any business, but it's huge in racing. So
Like,
you think about our topic of race teams, right? Mm-hmm. So you have maybe one full-time guy, but the rest are volunteers. So, in a normal job, we run a job, we can fire. Yes, you can fire a race team, but it's harder when they're not getting paid.
Yeah. You definitely have to treat the guy that's a volunteer differently than the guy that's getting paid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
so you're talking to me random, and this is why this is our randomness. She's just here we are. She's just as random.
You married into the family. What can I say?
Tigger's taking over the mic.
He needs attention. That's his problem. So we're just gonna hang on to him for a little bit. Yeah.
Is there anything in there? Good.
Thank you. But what? Okay, so that's kind of makes me think of like crew owners. You can only have so many chiefs. That's that big personality thing right there.
Yeah,
huge. You come in some nights. Go ahead.
How do we all get along? You have to have some sort of organization of who does what and in what order. And sometimes this guy's mad that, well, I wanted to do that job, and the other guy doesn't even care.
Yeah.
But it's very important that everybody gels. Because I remember having a guy that he's crewing for us, and basically like the rest of the crew was like, I'm not going to show up if you keep that guy around.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, well I guess it's him or the rest of them,
right?
So kind of had to tell him can't come around, or else I would have lost the rest of my crew.
Yeah.
So that's a hard, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place there. And, the guy was very helpful to me, but everybody's got to get along.
Yep. And I think, my own opinion, the more you have fun as a team, the more you succeed.
Yeah.
If there's conflict or just bleh, you're not going to win races. When you have fun, yes, you're serious, but if you just have a little fun during the ride, you're going to succeed at what you do. And keeping that in at the end of the table is the hardest thing. So there's people that go there and, you'll be mad when you run second. Yeah, I'm mad, but you got to get over it in 5 minutes because you got to sit and, okay, what am I going to do? 5 minutes, but it eats at you, but you also got to say, okay, we got to come down as a group. So every night's not going to go perfect. How do we balance it, right?
When it doesn't go perfect, that's when you really find out like what you're made of, because you have to figure out how to bounce back. And that's a lot of times when everybody goes home and doesn't feel like coming back to the shop the next day. And that's exactly when you need to be there. Exactly.
I mean, that kind of rolls me into my envision for the year and my challenge for Dirt Track Untold to do like a 30-minute, let's do the real racing. And this is going to be my end of the year project. And I challenged Mandee.
Things aren't going so well and you really don't feel like firing up the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Let
me know how that goes when I put the camera in your face and you're not going to like it.
We'll see where she goes. But this is going to get really sidetracked, but we started this YouTube, 7 years ago?
No, 6.
So
okay, and it's only a year off.
Yeah, I was going to say close enough. And I threw this challenge at her the other day, and this is for Mike too, or for wherever we go with anything, as the dog's thing, and is putting a full together of the real raw cut at the end of the year. Okay, it's Sunday morning, it's 8:00. You think I want to get the hell out of bed and be doing here? We're here by ourselves. It's 42 degrees, and we're washing a race car. I'm delivering Mac packages to UPS, by yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't have these people. This is not a glitz glamour.
Oh, I love those emails of could you ask the person that handles your shipping? Yeah. It's you mean me?
And the dog's chewing, sorry.
Don't take the... Oh, man, this is Tigger. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it was just total sidetracked from where we were going, but I just wanted to throw my thoughts in here on and my ploy for the end of the year. And
yes, we're gonna do it. So we're gonna definitely offer more than what we've been doing, and whether the drivers like it or not. I'm sorry, guys, we're showing it.
But
we're showing it.
It's not we don't want to do it a weekly video. We want it all wrapped up into the end of the year, the highs and lows.
But I got to get the video footage throughout the year, bro.
Well,
In case you guys didn't figure this out, if you want anything done, you just go on the podcast and say, okay, this is what happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
you think?
Now you're forced
Jesus.
by everybody watching. You have to do it.
As if.
Well, no, this is just a preview of what we were going to do. So this was actually me and her talking about this. We've actually been talking about this for like 2 weeks. So I can't, this was not a fling of the things. The beard shaving, yeah, that was just my idea. Because I was watching the dog go like this. I was like, it'd be kind of funny. I've never seen Mike without a beard. So that was just me putting it on the spot. So, but yeah, no, and I guess here's touche. You got to balance my personality as you guys talk here, because I just kind of roll with it and and flow. So
he's balancing you and the dog. Over
exactly.
Here.
You
Dog
know,
just wants to cut this wire.
That's why I was holding him. He just wants
No.
to. You pick him up and you hold him.
he's chewing on this
Get the
thing.
wire out of his mouth first.
Let's see how this goes. I don't. Oh, you can do it.
There we go.
There you go.
What do you got to say here? Anything good?
Oh, he's licking.
so
He's a happy dog.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got
4 minutes. So
4 minutes.
getting back to our why we started this podcast. All right. So you guys are all laughing at
He's
us.
licking the mic.
He's licking the mic. I guess we're getting nowhere on here.
Yep.
This is the raw, the real, the thing of it all. But it's personalities. The personalities you deal with, the personalities you think. Every promoter has a different personality. Every driver has one. Every crew guy has one.
Yeah.
So making sure you balance and keep people's intention and thoughts intact is one of the hardest jobs in racing. So I had a conversation about a month ago with a guy that's probably won 52% of his racing. And I said, what's the worst part of this racing? He goes, people. Keeping the people together, and there are things up there.
Both of you.
We've all got it.
You're good at balancing it. He's
It's a hard part, and for me, it's probably the hardest part. I easily can sit there and focus on the race car, and more often than not, the biggest thing that slows me down on the car is people.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yes.
Everybody has a difference of opinion. And then somebody wants to chew the wire, and that's going to have to get fixed.
Oh, pick him up. Why'd you put him down?
I'm using this as a race car.
This is
Yeah,
a race car
exactly.
example.
This is
Someone
a
might
race car
chew the
example.
wire.
Something happens, and then you got to fix it, and that's slowing you down.
Yeah.
Touche.
Well, that's something that a lot of people really don't notice is the balancing the personalities and trying to appease every single freaking person, because every single person wants to feel important.
Yes.
They want to feel like they're a part of your team, a part of your success, anything of any sort, and they pay attention.
Or a part when you suck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. If
they
they
probably want to run
usually
the other
want to
way.
bail ship when you suck.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
I would too. Sometimes I want to bail ship on myself.
But those people that stick by you
Yeah.
when you suck and
They're
they're
nice.
there
They're
for you,
nice.
that shows like who's really there and gonna be there for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you got to remember those people, because they're very hard to find, and
Oh,
you keep it
absolutely.
going. It's just it's the act of racing. There's a lot. You can't do this as you're by yourself. You've ever seen? I've never, very rarely seen one single person in a race car win a race. They need 3 or 4 guys around them, and you need a great group of guys. And finding that is the biggest challenge you can find in the sport.
That's why the first thing out of most drivers' mouths when they win is, I want to thank so and so, so and so, so and so, and then we hardly ever remember them all. And it's, you're being put on the spot, and it's really hard to do well at those interviews. But you don't jump out of the car and be like, look at me. I mean, it's the first thing you say is like, I want to thank this person and that person, because you cannot do it alone.
No, you can. You're 100% right.
I always will remember is, oh, your turn. Just pass the dog around. I always remember growing up, Dad, he's got an office in the shop. He's always on the phone, was always on the phone. And we always used to joke, like, that's all he does. Like, instead of race, my dad's just always on the phone. And growing up now, you're getting beat up.
Well, the dog just licked its butt and licked my face.
That's great. Oh, good job, Tig. But the balancing of the personalities, like, you have to fluff people's egos. You have to call it, like, a lot of people on the outside looking in don't realize, like, you guys are making phone calls every single day. As a driver, you don't have, you just had to put that back on the table. You don't have a secretary making the phone calls for you. I mean, you tried it for me once. I think I did it for you for like a day, but
yeah, and it doesn't even work because you're going to be I go, hey, Mandy, can you make this call for me? And then you're asking me, so Mike, what do I need to say to this person?
Yeah, you may as well just
it's
do
like,
it yourself.
I just might as well just do it.
Yeah.
And then it's on to the next one. But man, that is hard because they do. They want you all
they
the
want
time.
Magic Mike, and they want it all the time. That's all I got to say about that before this thing dies.
He's cutting us off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me it was 21 minutes, and
Yeah.
it's 21 minutes, so
Yeah.
I'm on the stopwatch.
All right.
Let's cut to the closeout before we don't have any video to do it.
Thanks for listening to Billy Pauch Jr.'s brain for the past 20 minutes.
I don't know. Mike actually enjoyed it. He smiles on this one.
This was a fun
one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I enjoyed
this
Okay.
is I get smiles out of you guys. So it's not that we're talking about the same thing. So
Yeah.
all good. Thanks for everyone for having us. You guys rock. Follow us, like us, Twitter us, tweet us. We're not on TikTok here. TikTok us.
I'm working on it.
Well, they're gonna ban it anyway. So my
Are
news said
they?
this morning or whatnot.
Oh, good. So I don't have to do it. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you both for being on. Thank you, Tigger, for not knocking anything down yet. If you guys enjoyed this, like this, share it, screenshot it, tag us on social media, comment, let us know next time we get these guys on what kind of topics you would like them to discuss. So thank you guys for joining in, and hopefully we will either see you at the racetrack or we will catch you next week.
Thank you. This dog just farted.
Stop. You sure it wasn't you?
No, this was the dog. I'm telling you.
You're losing him.
He's chewing on the wire.
I'm totally recording this.
Oh, it's stuck on the wire.
I don't know how he still has 2 children.
All right, goodbye, dog.
Okay.
Peace.